In the vast ocean, there are hunts that take place with almost perfect speed and coordination. Killer whales not only hunt with strength, but also use group tactics to isolate and corner targets. They can create waves to knock seals off ice floes, or take turns attacking until the prey is exhausted. Every hunt is precisely calculated, and sometimes ends in an unbelievable way. Welcome to the insane attacks of killer whales accidentally caught on camera. Killer whale versus Weddell seal. In the freezing Antarctic region, killer whales not only rely on muscular strength, but also deploy extremely complex pack tactics. One of the evolutionary pinnacles in predatory behavior is exactly the technique of joining forces to create waves. The target is a Weddell seal resting on an ice floe. Instead of attacking individually, the assassin pack automatically forms an accurate horizontal formation, simultaneously using their tails to slap forcefully to push massive blocks of water crashing into the ice edge. Powerful kinetic energy knocks the prey into the water, but it quickly climbs onto another piece of ice to find a way to live. Not stopping there, the whale pack continues to use their massive body mass to ram straight from underneath, destroying the victim's foothold. However, the desire to survive urges the seal to use all its force to swim through narrow crevices to shake off the enemy. It is exactly the speed breakthrough and extraordinary survival reflexes that helped it escape death by a hair's breadth. On the surface of the ice floe, a seal is relaxing, completely unaware that it has fallen into the scanning range of the killer whale pack. These superlative predatory machines do not rush to approach at all, but begin to establish a rhythmic supporting formation. By swimming in parallel and accelerating toward the target, the assassin pack pushes a shockwave crashing heavily into the side of the ice floe. Sudden hydraulic pressure makes the ice scale structure crumble, tossing the prey falling straight down into the besieged water. However, the whale pack is still in no hurry to launch the finishing blow. They leisurely swim around, toying with it, draining the victim's last bit of oxygen and stamina until it is in utter panic before slowly killing it. This hunting method proves that killer whales not only use an overwhelming physique, but also completely break the prey's will and biological endurance before consuming. Great white shark versus fur seal. Under the deep water layer, the great white shark always reigns at the top of the ecological pyramid. However, when entering shallow coastal waters, this independent predatory machine encounters a big challenge: a fur seal pack.
Are gathering a dozen at a time.
This is a clear testament to the confrontation between individual accelerating kinetic energy and collective defensive tactics. When pressing close to the cliff, the shark prioritizes stalking separated targets to launch an upward snap. The water-tearing tail beats display its entire muscular strength. Just a split second of lost concentration, the victim will have to pay the price with its entire life. However, the seal pack does not disperse its formation at all. Conversely, they quickly link into a dense block, proactively swimming close around the predator.
In both number and
This reverse supporting behavior disrupts the shark's visual system, making it unable to calculate trajectories and lock coordinates tight onto a single target. Before the chasing pressure from the majority, the great white shark completely loses its stealthy ambush advantage and has to change direction to other waters to look for opportunities. Killer whale versus gray whale. Amidst the rough seas, the collective combat skills of the killer whale pack are being clearly exposed. They tighten the encirclement around the gray whale mother and calf pair. In order to optimize energy, the assassin pack ignores the adult individual to concentrate all spearheads on the fragile young one. The instinct to protect offspring rises. The young whale tries to stick close to the mother's giant body barrier to find a hiding place. Despite possessing a weight of tens of tons, the mother whale, due to lacking physical attacking weapons, is helpless before the highly methodical siege tactic. The killer whale formation persistently swarms, step by step draining the oxygen amount in the victim's blood, leaving bleeding wounds on the sea surface. The cruel patience of the predator pack finally tears apart the defensive line. The calf is rammed far away, completely isolated from its mother, and pulled straight down to the deep water layer until suffocated. Giant size sometimes still has to submit before the intelligence and cohesion of the pack. Killer whale versus blue whale. The killer whale pack, the most superior predatory minds of the ocean, is organizing a pursuit of a blue whale individual weighing hundreds of tons. Despite possessing the most massive physique on the planet, the blue whale reveals a weakness in flexibility when confronting a high-speed combat squad. The encirclement gradually tightens. Utilizing the numerical advantage, the assassin pack continuously bites the pectoral fins and tail flukes to slow down the target's swimming kinetic energy, churning up white foam. Their core tactic is alternately climbing onto its back, using their weight to pin tight the blowhole of the submerged prey under the water surface to force suffocation. When the giant machine completely depletes its vitality, a red color spreads on the sea surface, marking the termination of a fierce siege. Penguin versus leopard seal. At the eternal freezing Antarctic ice shelf, penguin populations are gathering into crowded kingdoms. This cohesion is not only for breeding, but also forms a thermal shield, helping them withstand the freezing wind.
left its chick in the hope that it might fish.
However, beneath the cracked ice crevices harbors a fatal risk. A leopard seal individual is surfacing to search for targets.
Be the first to risk diving in.
The tiny creatures on the shore are completely unaware that a predatory scenario is being activated.
And make a dash for it. It hides behind a corner of ice.
The water surface churns violently as the bird flock simultaneously jumps into the sea to find an escape route.
Through the massive numbers, it makes its attack.
But with a weight of 600 kilograms, along with a body structure optimized for hydrodynamics, the leopard seal easily achieves an extremely high predatory swimming speed. And a slow-footed individual had to lose its life so the rest of the flock is safe. Beneath the Antarctic ice shelf, a predatory ghost is patrolling. The leopard seal, the most independent and effective slaughtering machine of the polar region, silently glides along.
The seal looks like an aquarium.
The jaw and canine tooth system evolved specifically for holding and tearing meat. Every movement is guided by primordial predatory instinct.
The seal's tactics are pretty simple.
Above the ice shelf, the penguin flock still carefreely gathers without sensing the danger right under their feet.
And there's nothing complicated about it.
The opening attack begins with an accelerating launch from deep water. The leopard seal does not execute an exhausting pursuit. It utilizes the dark angle of light under the ice vault to hide, turning potential energy into an unexpected surprise attack. Once brought into the crosshairs, the prey's escape chance is extremely fragile. The leopard seal clamps tight and thrashes the victim on the water surface. Because its forelimbs have turned into flippers, it is forced to use centrifugal force to tear the meat mass apart. A cold but necessary energy maintenance mechanism of the ecosystem. Eden's whale versus Baitfish. In the vast ocean, the Eden's whale, one of the most massive mammals in the world, begins its energy-loading chain. However, to avoid consuming too many calories for pursuing, this creature has evolved a highly smart, passive hunting tactic. It erects its body suspended and expands its jaws right at the water surface. The giant oral cavity creates a flow pressure differential zone, making the small fish flock mistakenly believe this is a safe rock crevice or be automatically sucked in by the water current. Biological analyses indicate that this open mouth waiting for prey technique helps the whale maximally preserve energy when dissolved oxygen is low or the prey pack is dispersed too thinly. When the biological trap has scooped enough numbers, the upper jaw slowly snaps shut. The giant protein mass lies neatly inside the esophagus.
Knocking him off the ice, and he was fast as heck and was...
What you have just watched shows that in the world of killer whales, strength is only one part, and coordination and tactics are exactly the factors creating the difference. Every hunt is a calculation among speed, timing, and almost perfect teamwork ability. If you find this video fascinating, hit like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many other dramatic wild moments. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again in the next video.